Are you still there? Come on.
Illinois' top-ranked orthopedic and spine practice, Midwest Orthopedics at Rush, is now in Joliet. See a world-class specialist close to home. To be your best, see the best.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your
So I'm done calling them. No, I don't want to change my password. Did they score again?
Yeah.
Of course they did. I don't want to reset my password. I just want... No.
Get away.
Wonderful.
Your hotspot's not going to work. It's already going down. All right, Bob, we'll do the best we can.
Did I hear you say his hotspot's not going to work?
Apologize for the technical difficulties we've had in this broadcast. Verizon Jetpack not cooperating, but it's now over to Springfield down by 2, trailing going into the second half. It's played now by Spicer. A Spicer left-footed kick in front as he was trying to find Jesse Williams. Last touched by Des Moines, and an early 2-0 lead, Josh, as we're in the second half, early on in the second half at beautiful Sacred Heart Griffin High School.
Well, part of what Des Moines doing that's making their play so successful is they're crossing the ball really well, right? They cross that midline. In the second, their fullbacks and their center backs start to, well, you know, with football lines on the field, Kyle, we have the luxury of dealing with yardage. They get about 40 yards out from the goal, and that's when their passing vision becomes superb. They work it inside to the middle to those midfielders, and then they find their wingers on the outside, and they're able to get their crosses. They've had 5 corners in this game, and they've scored off of 1, too, so it's important to understand, keep them away from their set pieces. It's been so pivotal in their play today. Springfield, they haven't exactly had the chances that they've hoped for. They've had a couple good rushes, but it's all really been downplayed by stellar defense by the Menace, or the Menaces on the field, as I should say.
The Menace.
The Menace.
It's a beautiful day for soccer here in Springfield, Illinois. Played over to the Menace, over to the right defender, now to the goalkeeper in Troutman. As it's sent up, straight up by Troutman, now to the 40-yard line, off the body, as it's played that time by Sandy. Now over near midfield, touched by the Menace. And a left-footed kick quickly off the free kick. Trailing early in the second half is the Springfield Monarchs.
Yeah, Springfield there catches a break with a hold, gets a nice set piece for a free kick. But they send that ball a little too far, and it results in an offside. So, again, another chance where they are getting into their attacking third and are not able to convert. Another rush here for Des Moines. The cross sent away by Springfield.
Over to the sideline, headed over near midfield now. Menace will play it. Now over to the Monarchs. On the left foot. It's a 3-on-3 if they hurry. Now a stop and start move as he's got Milovanov to trail. Now over to the boundary. Milovanov calls for it and gets it. And now back out to the defense. It's going to be played by Phils. And now over to Namako. Played right now by Hutchins as a left-footed kick to the 10-yard line. Falling down, looking for the call. Nothing being issued. According to the ref, fell on his own accord or not a foul type of play. And crosses the touchline. It's a 2-0 lead for Des Moines here in the 50th minute.
And good defensive sequence there by Des Moines, cleanly using their feet to get, disrupt play with the ball. And yet another yellow card. Yellow card number 3 on the night. Second against Springfield.
Apologize once again. Just sometimes Verizon doesn't cooperate, but we do have it on demand in both 720 and 1080p. Over to the 30-yard line. Played right now by the Menace. Now at the 40, left-footed kick to the other 40. And then played in midfield. Here comes Elliot Goldthorpe, one of the better players in the Heartland Conference. Lead pass, no one home. As Adewale Emovan will play it. Out in front, chance for Des Moines. Falling to the turf, looking for the PK, but he fell on his own accord. Goldthorpe. A little bit frustrated, Josh, but good defense there by the Monarchs.
Yeah, it's a very high-risk play, right? You're inside the box, and you attempt to go for the ball cleanly. If you don't, it ends up being a PK for Des Moines. So you have to credit the swagger in the defense of Des Moines to go for that play and really trust their legs and trust their feet to make that huge defensive play. So there's a mini slide tackle there. Springfield recovering. Ball trickles its way over to the Des Moines bench. Des Moines hasn't had to sub too much tonight. Their starters have been putting in most of the work. Again, 2 goals in the first half and a plethora of attacks, not just in the first 7 minutes of this half, but the first half as well. That one's centered in the box and batted away by the Monarchs.
Over to the 45, falling to the turf that time is Hutchins. Free kick awarded for the Monarchs.
Yeah, Hutchins able to draw some good contact there. That just is what happens when 2 players from the opposite team go up for the ball. A little lower body contact results in him falling over.
Over to the 30-yard line, played right now by Springfield. Over to Sandy, left-footed, dribble to himself, and then sent back to the defense. Past midfield, Monarchs trailing by 2. Past the 50-yard line, as it's played right now by the Monarchs. Lead pass on the through ball. Trying to set it up in front, and now played back to the 10-yard line. Little chip kick. Tap and go. The intended target is 2. Now played to the 25-yard line. Now played by Al Shabasi. Over to the touchline. Falling to the turf, and a free kick awarded for Springfield. Anton Adewale Emovan fell to the turf.
Yeah, Emovan takes a bit of contact there. Seems to be just okay, but that play really all starts when he evades 5 defenders penetrating that attacking third. Works with his right foot and left foot, and there's nothing more dangerous than when you can really use both of your feet to dribble the ball, right? You can't just be one-footed. It's going to be easily predictable for the defense. So he's able to get by 5 or 6 defenders and lays in a beautiful through ball. It was at the feet of Sadie. Not able to convert, but still a set piece coming here for Springfield. And look, Kyle, they've had a couple of chances, not quite as many as Des Moines. They're going to take their opportunities when they can, and they need to start converting. If you can't convert on these set pieces, it's all meaningless, right? You're giving the defense time to set up, and you're even giving yourself a break. So you have to understand, hey, you know what? It is important to convert right here. We're wasting our own energy if we can't get it done.
Yeah, and for Springfield, got to find a way to get one into the back of the net. And you're looking to score within the next 20 minutes because you don't want to be trailing by 2 at the 70th, 80th minute. That's just asking too much of your offense to try to score twice in 10 minutes of soccer action. So for Springfield, you're looking to score in the next 10 to 20 minutes, get to that 2-1 deficit. And this is a Des Moines team partner that was dominant last year, but they're not perfect as Goldthorpe trying to score near the 40-yard line. The goal is at the end of the end zone. So when I say he's at the 40-yard line, it's actually 50 yards away from the goal.
Yeah, and when you see the keeper that 50 yards away from his own net, that is the green light, Kyle. That's not the yellow light where you think about it a little. That is the green light. It's 110% shoot your shot, even if it's from that far out. I mean, even look at empty netters in hockey. You have that opportunity with an open net. You take that opportunity.
To the touchline, and an overhead pass coming up. It was taken that time by Cupid and then sent over to the goalkeeper in Troutman on his left foot. He sends it through 30 yards from the goal. Now played by Sandy, the captain on this team. Des Moines shut them out 3-0 back on Sunday, and so Springfield, they won 1-0 to the Dutch Lions. They are now on a 3-match losing streak, trying to avoid 4, and they have not scored in a couple of games.
Well, Des Moines is the wrong team to go up against if you're trying to score. Des Moines has 4 shutouts on the year, Kyle. They've done a phenomenal job locking down their opponents. Right now, obviously, when you talk about a shutout, it's an 11-man performance, right? It's from your keeper all the way to your striker. But a big part of that is to play the back line, the center back, and the fullbacks, because with the way Des Moines plays, they usually run about 3 on the back line, so center back and 2 fullbacks. What it comes down to is it's almost leading by example, right? If everyone sees how hard they're playing, because their job is to protect the keeper, right? It all is just a domino effect from there on out. If everyone sees the kind of defense and work ethic they're putting in on that back line, it works its way all the way up to the strikers. And that is why they've had such a smothering defense this year.
A Des Moines team that has only lost twice in the last 2 seasons of regular season soccer. One of those was to Chicago City, who Springfield played tough. They had Chicago tied in the first match of the season. They scored on 2 set pieces, but then a couple of late goals by Chicago to get the 4-2 win. Springfield won at home against the Dutch Lions, but they've struggled since then. They've lost to FC Wichita, lost to St. Charles, and now they're looking to avoid the sweep to Des Moines.
Well, the big thing what you have to do in this situation, Kyle, it's all about resetting your mind. You can't go in thinking, okay, let's just get 1 goal up and get a stop, right? Obviously, something is not working. So what it has to do, it has to be a team readjustment. Really go about your mindset thinking. You have to put the past behind you, but you cannot look too far into the future. You can't even think about the next goal, right? It is a pass-by-pass, dribble-by-dribble mentality that you do have to fix, because you go about the wrong mentality, you're not going to score at all, and that means you won't win, right? So it's about really reestablishing the identity of your team with Springfield. And for Des Moines, it's about keeping the ball rolling. I mean, when you've only lost 2 regular season games in the past couple of seasons, and one of those losses is this year, you're doing everything right. It's important not to get in your own head, but rather it's about, okay, how can we keep this dominance going, but realizing we're all human, right? Soccer's a very human game. You are going to make mistakes. So then it's about getting serious on the fact that, okay, what do we need to do to better understand our opponents, but not get too far ahead of ourselves?
Right. And for Springfield, yeah, you're right. You got to have the right mindset. You have to try to erase what happened on Sunday. You have to erase what happened. They were up 1-0 at halftime to St. Charles, then gave up 3 unanswered goals. So you have to kind of erase that and just focus on the objective at hand as that's stolen away by Des Moines. Centering pass now over to the left wing. That's going to be played there by Cupid. Cupid, left-footed kick out in front. Header, a goal! Des Moines now leads 3-0. Great pass, the finish, Velasquez, the frustration, Des Moines, the happiness, and that might be the dagger partner. Des Moines has now outscored Springfield 6-0 in its last 2 matches.
Kyle, that is a cowabunga-worthy goal, as I like to say. What you see on that play, you look at the beautiful footwork by Cupid on the baseline. I mean, I know it's not homecoming season, but he had that defender dancing.
Right.
And just the centering past the header. See, that is an offense working in conjunction, right? The big thing you're looking for is the spacing. And the ball is basically on the touchline. And it's also about that second effort to save the ball. So, in theory, Kyle, that's some of the best soccer you are going to see. Those are the best plays right there where you can spread the field and get all your teammates involved.
What an excellent goal. The pass, the finish. It was all excelente, as they say in Spain. 3-0 lead for Des Moines, and that'll probably do it for Springfield tonight. They played decently at home, partner. They won their only match of the season here. They were leading St. Charles at half. They gave up 3 unanswered goals in the second half. Now they trail 3-0 to Des Moines. It's a team you don't mind losing to, but at the same time, if you're looking to advance in the Heartland Conference, you got to find ways to win these matches. They just haven't been very good this season, and especially against Des Moines. It shows tonight, Des Moines leading 3-0, but we're talking about a powerhouse in the Heartland Conference in the Des Moines Menace.
Yeah, you know, you may not be able to beat them, but you hope to contain them, right? And you know, there's only so much any team can really do. I mean, like you mentioned earlier, Kyle, there is a reason that they've only lost 2 games in the past couple of years.
Right. One of those was to Chicago City, who's undefeated. That just tells you how good Chicago City is.
It's a little chippy on the field. There's been 3 yellow cards on the day, 2 against Springfield and 1 against Des Moines. So free kick coming here from about the 16-yard line. So you're looking in that, about that 26-yard range. Now, Kyle, are you a fan from this distance just taking the strike on net or coming in for a quick little short pass to possibly score a goal?
Yeah, I would like something, a little chip kick towards the net and then a redirect into the back of the net. For Des Moines, you want to score here to really put this one away, but at the same time, you want to work on what you've been practicing, what you feel comfortable with. Left-footed kick. You try to go straight through over the wall, which I disagree with, but it was last touched by the Monarchs. Yeah, when you're at that in-between spot, so you want to get it over the wall, try to get straight through into the back of the net. Maybe you get a header try. Maybe got to make sure your forward's onside, of course. But yeah, remember, these guys are in USL 2, so you're getting to that next level of soccer, so they can score straight through, even with 3 people in the wall in front of them. Good idea. I'd like to see maybe one more pass on a shot on that, but you get the corner, so you get another chance for a set piece here. It's going to be a left-footed corner and a very impressive effort tonight by the Menace. Out in front, header, nice save by Velasquez, loose ball, and another goal! The Menace, they are definitely a menacing force on the soccer pitch tonight. 4-0 lead for Des Moines.
And that is what makes good teams great. That is why Des Moines has been so successful. You're converting off those set pieces. You're giving your offense a chance to rest in the defense. Hey, Kyle, they may think they have a moment's rest. Not the case. Des Moines catches them on their heels and scores off a fantastic corner. That's the second time they've scored off a corner tonight. And that's been about their 6th or 7th opportunity with corner kicks. I mean, you look at the percentages. I mean, we all went to school. We did math. That's pretty good numbers for corner kicks.
Right. And
in that 33% range.
And in soccer, you're not going to score usually more than 2 goals in a match. But for Des Moines, already scoring 4, it's just not it's not the night for Springfield today. And now you pretty much know the match is over. Now you got to find a way to not get shut out. Got to at least get one. Have something to look forward to for the rest of the season. As that's the through ball. It's a good pass. Chance for a goal. Legs got tangled up. He's going to yell to the serve. We're going to watch it on replay in a second. And Springfield can't believe it. Josh, I'll let you call it. In my opinion, I think he just got tangled up in his own legs.
Yeah, that's a tough one, right? From our vantage point, what we're seeing is the defender right behind him, right? I did not have the best angle. That's the thing with our vantage point, right? The defender directly behind the receiver of the pass for the Monarchs. Obviously, the crowd in much disbelief, and Des Moines, their shutout hopes are still alive. I think, with the score and the fact that it's in the box, I think you give them an opportunity. It's not an easy night for Springfield. They've had struggles at home as there's a foul called there. But, yeah, you have a 4-0 score here. I think why not? He's taken down in the box. Des Moines been on lockdown. Give the Monarchs a chance to get on the board.
It was a tough no call. And that's the thing, partner. When you're struggling the way Springfield has, you want every call to go your way. At least you hope so. And that time it doesn't. It's a break for Des Moines. Even so, charge it. But, for Springfield, you hope things go your way. That time it didn't. And at the same time, Josh, it's hard to win soccer games when you give up 4 goals. It's a whole team thing. It's not a Velocious problem. It's a team problem. And it's also, you have a problem because you're playing Des Moines. You're playing a team that might be more talented than you. It's shown on the pitch tonight. Some things haven't gone their way, but for Springfield, you're the youngest team in the Heartland Conference, so you're finding building blocks to build off for next season. Got a lot of young players that you're looking to develop. You saw some good things at the start of the season. You've had some leads. You've had some good set pieces. Now you got to find a way to play 90 minutes plus of great soccer. We've seen 45 minutes. We've seen 30 minutes of great soccer, but it's been rare for Springfield where we've seen 90 minutes of soccer where they're better than the other team. Yeah, that's the thing. You look at championship teams, even championship runner-up teams in any sport, in any level, and it's about, in soccer terms, you got to put together 2 halves, a full 90 minutes. You can't just have a few good minutes, a few good stretches with a couple good attacks, right? You have to have consistent attack over each 45-minute half, right? It's not going to do you any good if you're just completely having a lackluster style of play for even 15, 20 minutes of the match. That's a significant amount, right? 20 minutes of a 90-minute match, and your team is completely complacent. Now, like you mentioned, Springfield, one of the younger teams in the league, right? It's these learning experiences. And you can deal with these from time to time, but I think, Kyle, what happens is this stuff happens repeatedly. Like you mentioned, the goal total right now against Des Moines on the year is now at 7-0 is the differential, right? It's a -7, not in the favor of Springfield. So, yes, I think they're cool with some of the learning experiences, but now you're hitting a point where it's like the frustration is setting in, Kyle. It's, okay, when are we finally going to get them on their heels? When are we going to put the ball in the net? And just chance after chance, Des Moines with another set piece, corner kick number 7 on the night. It's up in the air, headed around, but you know what? Des Moines is getting to that goal line, right? They're working their way inside the box. They're working their way inside the 6. Their opportunities have been nothing short of spectacular. And you look at Des Moines, what they're doing is they're pressing, right? They have 2 high, and they bring a lot of their midfielders up. They keep their 3 their center back and their 2 fullbacks back. But what they do is they put about 5 players in the midfield, and it just smothers any chance of attack for Springfield. There's nothing they can do. And you see the patient style of play. When the center back is patient and calm, it's like a good quarterback in the NFL. The plays run through them. And look, this says a lot about Des Moines' style of play. You can see the center back working his way up to the 45-yard line. And that's huge for the Menace. And for Des Moines, they're looking to keep that clean sheet intact. You really would like to have the clean sheet going into your next match. It's a Des Moines team. They're looking to show the tournament committee a lot of different style points. Now, 2 teams get in for the Heartland Conference. but you also want to have goal differential. Goals for, goals against. And clean sheets might help you in the seeding. It looks like it's going to be Chicago City and Des Moines to advance to the Heartland Conference. St. Charles is that wild card team, but they've lost twice, and one of those was to Chicago City. So it's going to be tough for St. Charles to get over the hump. Des Moines only with one loss. You assume they're going to win tonight. But for Des Moines, goal differential. So you want to have that shutout, not just to give your goalkeeper in Troutman a lot of confidence going into the next match, but also goals against as a tiebreaker for the postseason.
And another yellow card issued against Springfield. That's their third on the night with just over 20 minutes to play here in the second half. 4-0 Des Moines. Free kick opportunity. About even with the 4-yard line. Looking at about a 20-yard chance here from the net.
Free kick coming up for Des Moines. Goldthorpe on the kick. Velasquez gets a piece of it, but another corner kick coming up for Springfield Athletic SC.
Yeah, Des Moines with a great centering pass there. Again, they're going for another header look. There could have been another chance for a deflection, but the keeper does a great job of sticking his mitts up in the air and causing a disruption for a deflection. But at the same token, Des Moines got another opportunity and a nice little quick corner kick here. Roundabout. The cross a little too high for the receiver.
Springfield can't believe it. And Josh, you can almost understand it. You call that one, but you don't call the potential PK, as off the free kick, tried to go far post and missed. And you can almost understand it. For the refs, you got to be consistent. What you call in the first minute, you got to call in the 91st minute. It's okay to call ticky-tack stuff, but you got to be consistent with what you call from the opening kick all the way to when the last whistle is blown.
Exactly, and that's what makes those officiating crews the best, the ones that make it to those championship rounds, those championship games, is the fact that they see the, they call it the same for either team no matter what is going on. And you can understand Springfield's frustration, right? You look at the season as a overall, right? One of the youngest teams. Record is not exactly where they want it to be. Neither is the goal differential. And they had a solid chance earlier that really could have gone either way. And if the ticky-tack stuff, like you mentioned, Kyle, are getting called, but you're not getting those big calls. Like, really, you just look at a lot of the players, and all they can do is put their hands in their hair, hands on their heads and hands on their hips, really, almost in dismay. There's nothing much more they can really do. I mean, Des Moines got them on lockdown. And the funny thing is, in terms of the play of the Menace, as important as the center back can really be, and same with the fullbacks, they haven't had the ball at their feet too much.
No, the Menace have dominated ball possession for much of this second half.
It's been mostly with the midfielders, right? Because that's where the entry into the attacking third begins. Are they going to generate those plays upward toward the field? And the midfield for the Menaces, they've done a great job of that. See right there, it's all about that first step, getting the foot in the way and making that deflection.
At the 20-yard line, it's played by the Menace. Goldthorpe in the attacking third, and offside is the Menace.
It's a great job there. Fake the shot, then work your way left to right and set up that opportunity. It's all about that first pass entry. And really, Kyle, what started that sequence of events, it's all about getting your foot in the passing lanes, making that first deflection, making that stop, even a clean tackle on the play.
It's just been so tough for Springfield to get in the attacking third, and when they do, Des Moines is there to either clear it, stop the ball, and then they have somebody at the 30-yard line to kick to right away to go back on the attack. Good through ball, kept in well by the Menace as they're back in the attacking third. Looking for their fifth goal of the night. Getting back to the inside, centering pass, one-timer shot, Velasquez with the save. We are now with under 17 minutes remaining. We won't see a lot of extra time, Josh. It's all Des Moines tonight.
A great opportunity there. Great save by Springfield. Working right to left, Sticking the mitts out, trusting your hands, but Des Moines again with another great look. One-timers. That says a lot about the high IQ of the passers and the receivers, right? You have to be able to move without the ball. That's the biggest thing, and that's how those plays get set up. Players aren't just standing around. What they're doing is it's all about reading where the passer is, looking at that back line for the defense, and then making that adjustment. Okay, I have to run back post. Actually, I'm coming near post. Do we go forwards or backwards? That's exactly what Des Moines is doing.
They're just a well-oiled machine, right? But they're not perfect. Chicago City proved they could beat them. Remember, though, that's a very interesting pitch in Chicago. On the rugby pitch, there's not a lot of space on the near and far sidelines. There's gravel, actually, less than 10 meters away from where the sideline ends. But still, Chicago won fair and square. Jackson Wayman between the pipes. They did beat Des Moines. Chicago showed you can beat this Des Moines team. Springfield played pretty well in Des Moines, a 3-0 win for Des Moines. But tonight on Springfield's pitch, it's all Des Moines tonight. Over to the right wing. In the end zone. Great pass in the finish. 5-0 lead for Des Moines. Or are they going to say it was offside? He's offside.
Well, great opportunity. Springfield catches a break.
Yeah, that's a huge break. But then again, why was he wide open? Defenders gave up on the play because they're like, oh, there's no way he's onside. Just let him go, and sure enough, they did. Last defender, right? Soccer IQ is a big part of being a forward. Scoring goals is nice, but when you lose possessions because of being offside, it's just a wash for your team. That time he just fell on his own accord. That was so Blade, partner, that Des Moines didn't even plead their case for a free kick. Just fell down and didn't even plead this case for a free kick.
Yeah, they're pretty satisfied with this 4-0 lead. Yeah, the big reminder with the offsides, if you don't have the ball, can't get behind that last defender. So soccer really teaches you patience, Kyle, in a sense.
Over to the touch line off the right foot. Another try for Des Moines, falling to the turf, looking for a call. It's blown dead. This would be interesting because I thought I saw the Des Moines player push down on the Springfield player first.
I also saw a jersey tug right around the neck. Again, it has been a chippy game from minute one. Like you mentioned, the previous matchup, Des Moines taking it against Springfield 3-0. And those emotions are surely flying tonight with 4 yellow cards total on the pitch this evening. And a free kick. Yeah, only coming from about 29 yards out. Des Moines with another opportunity to convert here on a set piece. We've seen them take the shot. We've also seen quick side passes to enter the ball into the 6. Wall is formed. Huge clear by Springfield. But how quickly can Des Moines get it going here again? Well, stay tuned to find out. Look how quickly it's entered. The biggest thing is the ball control, right? They're able to get these high arcing passes. Oh, and a big pickoff. Huge steal away from the keeper. Save made.
Yeah, it's a good one. Good save that time by the goalkeeper in Velasquez.
Velasquez extending his arms into the air. Keeps this one knotted at 4-0 with just under 12 minutes to go here in the second half. And yet another corner kick for the Menace. Des Moines working pretty quickly.
Another corner, the header, and it's headed away. That time by Springfield. It's now 40 yards away from the net. Des Moines will try it again. Out in front, kicked away by Springfield. No one home to retrieve it from the Monarchs, so another corner kick coming up for the Menace.
Yeah, and you can see how tired the Monarchs are at this point. Just watching the seconds tick by until it's all said and done. Another corner kick.
Kicked away again. We'll try it again. Maybe third time's the charm for Des Moines.
And I kind of like the take there. It was a relatively low kick. They're playing for the deflection off of the thighs. Ends up going off the Monarchs, but still a great opportunity. The deflections are the hardest to stop, right? Because you see the ball coming one way, and then a player sticks his leg or head out, and all of a sudden the ball turns on a dime like that.
Left-footed kick. Header. It's another goal. Or did they say, yeah, it's a goal. Like, Des Moines wasn't celebrating right away, so they almost got me wondering if it's going to be a header off the side of the net. But it indeed is a goal, and it's now a 5-0 lead for Des Moines Menace.
Well, the Menace were actually flexing at their personal team cameraman as he was there on the baseline, just stood there flexing their arms as they really enjoy their 5-0 lead right now, Kyle. Springfield just hoping to get out of this one with the lead remaining, or their deficit remaining at 5-0. You can learn a lot about a team when they're down by this much. Whether they continue to stay as one unit or not is a big part of the team's philosophy. It's about staying together in those tough times against those really good opponents that just completely have each and every player's numbers. A great through ball there, lands at about the 20-yard line.
Over to the 10, now inside the end zone. Fakes the shot, left-footed kick, another goal. How about that? A 6-0 lead now for Des Moines.
Wow. Not much you can say here, Kyle. It just completely fakes out the keeper, goes inside to the outside and uses his left foot. Just batters that one home. It's a cakewalk here for the Menace. And that one right there, to continue the cake references, is the icing on the cake. 6-0 the score here. Again, at the home of Sacred Heart Griffin. And Des Moines is completely coming from Iowa and just made this their home turf with just over 8 minutes to go.
It's been a home away from home today. They have been dominant today. It's been impressive. 6-0 lead. All Menace tonight. They only scored twice in the first half, so we still had a soccer match going into the second session. But now 6-0 lead for the Menace.
Yeah, they get that third goal within the first 10 minutes of the half, and at that point you're really not saying it's over, but you know, Springfield, the Monarchs, they would have to get a move on pretty fast, but then, you know, like sharks in bloody water, very Jaws-like mentality, the Menace. I mean, they do what their name says. They completely deboggled this Monarch squad. And you have to be stumped at this point. For the Monarchs, you're wondering, what are they finding in our game plan that has been so smothering? Well, even watching the center backs, you could see how tired they are, how spread out they are. And even like a mishandle right there allows the Menace to come up and just take advantage of the opportunities. One little mishandle allows the defense a chance to recover. And just like that, the Menace have something going here, up 6-0 with just under 7 minutes to go in this match. They aren't giving up, and they're, you know, it's almost a good training session right now, right, for the Menace. They're learning how to completely tear their opponents apart, and that's great for postseason play. As they're working their way toward the center circle, hit the midline. Nice through ball on the near side, about 30 yards out. Menace kick it back. Midfield in much control. Out to the back line. The Menace are running with 2 forwards and 5 midfielders as that one is brought into the far left corner. Batted away past the goal line and out of play. Goal kick coming here for the Monarchs with just under 6 minutes to go. Hoping to put one scratch on the board at least. But the Menace's defense has been everywhere on the field. Currently running a 3-4-2-1.
I think your phone died.
Menace about 40 yards out. Send it back. In the midfield. Back to the left fullback. Takes it 50 yards out. Sends that one in on the near sideline.
Now played that time by 22. As a fake shot that time by Cyrus Harmer. Out to the 10-yard line. Springfield got a piece of it. Hutchins on it. Hutchins. Spinorama. And there's some contact delivered by Des Moines with 5 minutes left in the match.
See, even with those fouls, those are good fouls, right? It's just good aggressive play for the ball. Des Moines isn't forcing anything that shouldn't be there, right? They're not overextending themselves. But for the Monarchs, you see the frustration. Even in their fouls, it's good fouls by Des Moines. They're doing everything right tonight. Attempting cross on the near side. Brought back out, centered around to the midfield. Side to side. Spreading the defense out. A quick go inside the end zone.
Try to get it out in front. Right-footed kick as it's played over to the 15-yard line. Menace with it. And it's right into the breadbasket of Velasquez. 6-0 lead for Des Moines.
And that's what Des Moines done so well tonight, right? It's about spreading the ball around the field, making the defense move. And in 3 passes, they went from touchline to touchline, Kyle. That's what makes those offensive teams so lethal, because you're forcing the defense to run so many meters that they tire themselves out. It's a great tactic. It's what the best teams do. So it's a great through ball there. All the way down to the 10-yard line. Starting pass by the winger, batted away by the Menace, and retrieved by the Menace.
Falling to the turf, and we'll have a free kick awarded for Des Moines. 4 goals scored. We will upload all of the goals scored by Des Moines today onto the SBS YouTube channel. Do apologize for some of the Verizon technical difficulties we had tonight. Never happened before, where they said we were activated and then we weren't. 50 yards away from the net. Right-footed kick, a little chip one. Look at that, Josh. Right on target. Now deep in the territory of the Monarchs. That's kind of the difference, right? It's the little things of soccer. The passes for Des Moines have been crisp, right on target. Springfield, decent, but not good enough.
Yeah, Des Moines doing a great job of settling down the ball. That's one of the toughest things, is can they get it and directly place it on the ground without any extra bounce. And that's something they've done extremely well, because what their center back and fullbacks are able to do is they're able to lob these centering passes in the thick of traffic. And the center forwards and the wingers for the Menace are able to securely and safely bring them down without the ball being bounced around, taken, or deflected. Allows for clean opportunity inside the box.
Over to the touch line, to the 30-yard line now. And then kicked away by the Monarchs.
Des Moines might be content with just passing the ball around in their backfield, unless we think goal number 7 is in order.
To the 40-yard line. Now right-footed kick. Now to midfield. Past the 40. To the touchline. Out in front. Off the foot. Chance, and Velasquez covers it up. Played right now by Hutchins. And Now stolen away by Des Moines. Alberto Suarez Sagarde over to the sideline. Right-footed kick, looking for Williams. Switches feet. Great job getting separation. Now to the 25-yard line. 30 yards away from the net to the midfielder. Sagarde, great pump fake. The move that time out in front. Velasquez with a save. Des Moines will try it again. Partially blocked and then cleared by Springfield. And they are just relentless is the Des Moines Menace attack.
The Monarchs can only wonder when it will stop, but you have to credit the defense there. Able to make a save and also prevent a rebound goal on the play.
We'll probably have 2 minutes of extra time. We're in the 90th minute right now. 6-0 lead for the Menace. Off the goal kick. Trying to get it to midfield, and that'll do it. It's all Menace tonight, a 6-0 win. And partner, this is just one of those games, Springfield, you don't even want to look at the game film. You just want to forget about it. Realize you played a better team, a team that's been a relentless force in the Heartland Conference, and just look forward to the next match. 1-5. They knew it was going to be a tough one. They had some confidence because they held it to a 3-0 loss on the road, but just not their A game, really not their B game tonight. It was their C game, and it was definitely an A-plus game tonight from Des Moines.
Yeah, Des Moines did what they usually do best, right? Just getting the ball in the net as much as possible and playing great defense. As for Springfield, there's a couple things you can learn, but like you mentioned, most likely want to burn the tape on this one. They've definitely had their learning experiences, but now it's translating those to wins. It's been a struggle, and you know what? It might be about reestablishing the identity of the team at this point. But for Des Moines, keep doing what you're doing. It's working. The big thing is if they come up against Chicago City later on in the season, they got to be ready for them. But right now, they look pretty good, and they're sitting pretty.
They do. They will play Chicago City later on in the season. Remember, 2 teams for the USL Men's League from the Heartland go to the postseason, whereas in the USLW, only one guaranteed team. And then of all the conferences, because there's 7 conferences in the USLW, only one gets the wild card. So Chicago lost to Minnesota. They have to win out and hope they get the wild card spot. But for Des Moines, even if they don't get first place, they still get an automatic bid to the round of 32 postseason.
And you know what? It's going to be interesting watching them in the postseason if they're able to clinch that bid. This is a team that is playing a full 90 minutes, like you mentioned, Kyle, and that's an important thing. You have to put together complete games and complete stretches. It doesn't come in bits and pieces. All 90 minutes need to be played. And folks, if you're getting young in the soccer system and you're watching this game, that's what it's all about, right? It's about finishing every match just like you started. Keep pounding the ball into the net to the very last second. That's what Des Moines does, and it frustrates their opponents. But can you blame them for just continuing to press the ball on defense and pressure it, put pressure on the other defense to keep putting the ball inside the box? That's what they do well, and it'll be interesting to watch them down the road.
So that does it for our broadcast postgame show. Coming up next on SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.